Hey, how you doing? Uh, this is Jeff for Fat and Ordinary. I I've just been having issues. It's been a long day, so we've got something to talk about today, and that is the um, triangle of cheap, fast, and good that I did yesterday. Here's a slightly different pictographic representation of that. Now, if you notice, in the intersection of each of the two separate sides, there is a word. So fast and good is expensive. Good and cheap takes time. Fast and cheap is low quality. So that's what we're discussing today, is the intersection there. If you look right in the intersection of all three, there is nothing. There could very well be a black hole. It's not something that is a physical possibility within our universe. And that's just the reality of the situation. And this also only is in an ideal world. So we can't expect to get these outcomes a lot of the time. Like what happened with the interwebs over the last year, where we just bought everything online and it was all just stuff that came from China. And I freely admit, I bought these from China. Well, actually, there's probably a whole lot of stuff in this room that has come from China over the years, even over the last year. So it's not really my point. My point is we make informed decisions, and when we make informed decisions, the best case scenario falls into one of those sides. And if it doesn't, we don't necessarily have to attribute greed or malice to any of these things, but we do need to look at Hanlon's razor. To some people, this isn't going to be a new concept. To other people, it might be. But Hanlon's razor states, never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by stupidity. So we'll pick my trade, which is mechanicking. A lot of people attribute high prices and poor workmanship or poor quality parts to malice, when the reality is things cost money, things take time, and most people do the best they can. Now, there are some unscrupulous people out there in any industry doing anything. All we can do is work within the confines of what we know, and they can only work within the confines of what they know. So I bought this cheap Chinese thing for a couple of reasons. Time and money. Didn't have a lot of money, didn't really have a lot of time. I've been procrastinating. I needed to get it done. This was the quickest way for me to get this specific task accomplished, which is how I'm talking to you now. Is it quality? Probably not, but it is doing the job that I need it to do. Will it last? Probably not. Now, it's not because it's Chinese, it's because it's cheap. So all we can do is make decisions based on information that we have. So I know a lot of guys that started businesses, they finish their trade. They're really good at their trade. That's not in question as to whether they're good tradesmen or not. But the decisions that then get made is they go out and buy a $70,000 ute. They jam $30,000 worth of garbage on it that has nothing to do with the business. They jack it up and put big tires and bull bars and fridges and all the other stuff that isn't necessarily necessary for the job, but because they're allowed to do it and because they think that's the in thing or the thing to do, that's what they do. And then they spend $20,000 on tools. So now you've got the problem that they owe $100,000. They're $500 behind before they've even done any work. So what decision do they have to make? It's either do a lot more work or charge a little bit more for that work. So that's not malicious. That is just, well, stupid, ill-informed, poorly educated. So the using the term stupid in Hanlon's razor is a little bit unforgiving, but it is what it is. So in an ideal world, any two of the three is what you can do.